Midweek Monitor. I'm RiShawn Biddle. Here are the top 3 stories that you need to pay attention to in the world of education and school reform. First, in Louisiana, Governor Bobby Jindal's school reform proposals are being considered by education committees in the state legislature. This includes the expansion of the voucher program that currently serves 1,800 students in New Orleans. It would be expanded to the entire state and possibly serving 300,000 children throughout the entire state stuck in failure mills and dropout factories. This is, of course, a great idea, and so is the plan from Jindal to actually eliminate tenure, the near lifetime employment privileges that basically make it difficult for school districts to remove low-performing laggard teachers, even in cases of clear incompetence. Well, of course, the school districts are not fans of the voucher program, and the teachers' unions are not fans of the entire set of proposals altogether, including the elimination of tenure and changes to how teachers are paid. In fact, 2 districts in Louisiana have actually canceled classes and allowing their teachers to go up and protest the event. In fact, their teachers union representatives, NEA and AFT representatives, to go up there and protest. Well, it's going to be very interesting. It is actually giving the districts a black eye right now, and it's actually helping Jindal's efforts. But guess what? We have to see what happens. As usual, it's funny what happens when legislation goes through the House and through Senate and all the various lobbying efforts by NEA and AFT affiliates. After all, they do have a lot of money and a lot of influence, even at this late stage. On the other side of it, there is Iowa, where Governor Terry Brandstad and Jason Glass, the state's education director, they're both pushing for a series of legislation and school reforms that are just amazing, including an aspect of teacher evaluations. In fact, a teacher evaluation system that will partly involve the use of student test score data. Well, Iowa has not been considered a school reform paragon, but it's going to be interesting what happens, especially with Glass and with Governor Brandstad pushing hard. And among the things that they're also pushing for is end-of-course assessments, and basically testing high school students to make sure that they're able and getting all the education that they need to succeed in school and in life. Of course, the NEA affiliate there opposes much of what Brandstad and Glass are proposing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens as well. School districts as well in that state are opposed to it because of their tradition of local control, essentially being able to do whatever they please, whatever they want, whenever they want, even at the expense of children. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And then finally in Connecticut, today, Gwen Samuel of the Connecticut Parents Union, a Dropout Nation contributing editor, is going to be leading the protest, in fact, leading a rally that will feature Rhee of Students First and Michelle Bernard of MSNBC. This will be I will predict this will be a fantastic event, even with Governor Dan Malloy, who was originally planning to make an appearance, deciding to duck out after questions about whether this will upset the NEA and AFT affiliates in that state. As you know, Dropout Nation, in fact, Ashley, your editor is affiliated with the Connecticut Parents Union and advises them on media and outreach. It will be interesting to see what happens there, especially with efforts to end zip code education and to basically deal with last in, first out reverse seniority-based layoffs that oftentimes hurt urban districts and hurt urban students and our most vulnerable children. Also, as well, of course, there's Governor Malloy's efforts to really push his teacher evaluation revamp and revamp how tenure is given out in that state. Well, of course, the NEA and AFT affiliates there are opposed to what Governor Malloy is proposing, and last night Governor Malloy actually spoke before a hostile audience. But ultimately, it'll be interesting to see what happens there as well. Now, listen to the Dropout Nation podcast every Sunday. Read Dropout Nation every day. Also, listen to the Conversation at Dropout Nation podcast featuring Ben Austin of Parent Revolution discussing parent-trickle laws and parent power. And, of course, as I go back, listen to this week's Dropout Nation podcast talking about the need to transform American public education. This is Dropout Nation. I'm RiShawn Biddle. You have a great day.